Yay Media Group.
The wildest place that I've ever been to was Thailand.
What do you mean wild? What, like what?
Just holding up a sign. You could just pick a girl off the street.
Oh, yeah. Like
Meaning
wild like that.
They showed you. Can you share that or no?
There's
Can you share this? Jeff's never shared this. Hey guys, episode 178. Jeff's dad is in town.
Yep.
I know a lot of you asked, you wanted Mr. Schroeder on here. I asked him a couple times, but he's very quiet and shy. So he goes, I think I'll pass on it. But today, Jeff's dad and I went on a walk this morning. It's like that crisp morning. It's cool. I was showing in the ropes because when Jeff and I go out of town, he's going to be here 1 week. My mom comes 1 week and then his dad comes 1 week. And he wanted to kind of get everything, get to know the routine.
Yeah, which is a lot. You know, if you don't know it, he's not used to having kids. We went to football practice the other day. He flew in and we went right to football practice and there was a car full of kids. I'm like, you miss a car full of kids? He's like, no. Because they're all screaming and 6, 7 and poop and
well, that's why
else.
I kept telling you, are you sure you don't want me to take the kids?
No, it was fine. I didn't mind taking it, but it's just my dad is in town.
You're not used to it.
Yeah. It was just a little different. Speaking of that, this 6, 7 thing, I don't know if people out there, if you don't have kids, you don't know what we're talking about. And to be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what it means.
I have no idea. But the kids now are like 6, 7.
Oh, yeah. Anything. And we were hanging out with Jeff's old coworker this weekend. And I was like 6, 7. And I was just talking to the adults. And I was like, I mean, I know what 6, 9 was like back in the day when people would be like, oh, 69.
Yeah.
And then Leighton heard me and he goes, 69. I was like, do not say that. I didn't want him going to school.
I know. And we're like, no. We're trying to figure out because we were in the yard, you know, we were, it's in Sam's backyard. And he just overheard us. So then he kept saying, because he knew he shouldn't say it. So he kept saying it. And eventually we got him off of it back to 6, 7. But I don't even know what 6, 7 means. That could mean something sexual too. I don't even know what that means.
I have no idea. I need to Google what it is. I just know all the kids. And why do they juggle their hands?
6, 7.
6, 7.
They're running around. So if they come down here, I don't know. We'll have it. I don't know why it makes me laugh too. I say it like at work. And I'm just like,
you do?
Yeah. We just say, we have no idea what it means. But like we're in the office. I'm just like, if someone's on a show and they're like, you want a 6 or a 7? Like, you know, we have game shows on or something like Drew Carey, what's Price is Right or whatever. And he's like, what do you want, a 6 or a 7? Everyone's like, 6, 7. No one even knows what it means. And we just say it. And it makes me laugh now. So I just say that all the time now.
Oh my gosh. Some of the stuff that they say. I was having last night like a bonding moment with Lawson. I feel like, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's probably going to come out silly or dumb, like how I explain it. I just feel this shift in my life. I can't explain it. And it's just like certain things that were important to me or not important to me. And just like being there for my kids. And I know this sounds crazy, but like we were watching Christmas videos, Lawson and I.
Yeah.
And he was cracking up. He goes, oh gosh, Mom, that is so you. And it was just decorating Christmas early. And we were laughing. And I was like, that totally is me. And it's something I would do. But it was just, he was just saying like, oh, I love when the Christmas is up. And then I felt like emotional because I was like, that's a tradition I've started so early. And they get home from school and then they see all the Christmas up and it's like so warm and cozy and loving in here. And they get excited about it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I know. Does that make sense? I
feel
like
we're making memories. That's what life's about, is making memories.
I know, but just certain things, I don't know. Like before I was like hanging out with friends and like doing things. Like I just don't, like I'm just so focused on my kids. And I was just, when he was saying all that stuff and we were laughing and we were watching these prank videos, someone was dressed kind of like the Saw mask, if you've seen that. And they would knock on someone's hotel door and run down the hallway and then get on their hands and knees and crawl super fast. And it was just funny because people got scared and were running the opposite way instead of running back into their hotel. I know this sounds so silly, but it was just stuff Lawson and I were cracking up about. And I was like, I love this. I love just sitting with him and talking with him. And I'm like, I need to take him out to eat more. And like him and I go out to eat. And I don't know. I just feel like this shift in my life lately and like things that are important to me. And of course, my kids always were important to me when they were younger, but it's like when they're real little, it's survival mode. You're coming up with play dates with other people because you're exhausted, and then your kids playing with other kids, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a break. And then you get to have some adult time because you're talking to another mom and you're not talking to a kid all day. And like now it's like the age they're getting, I don't have to ask for play dates. I don't have to hang out with anybody. I can hang out with my kids. They understand me. Like they listen to me. It's not like somebody's throwing a fit because you said no for a toy.
There's still a little bit of that, but
it's more of like a bonding, and you can just tell like they're getting older, and I love that. Because now thinking like I put myself, when I see people at the park with little ones, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I had a little one that was like 3 years old and I had to schedule play dates with the mom from preschool, no. Right?
Yeah. No, I missed that age, and they're getting big now. Like, Leighton just yesterday, like speaking of that, he was on the couch and I always like grab his feet. And I'm like, his feet are getting big.
I know.
I'm like, dude, they're not so little anymore.
He's so heavy.
You got to soak up these times. And I do the same thing. My life has definitely shifted with everything going on. So I definitely factored in what's important and what people say means less, and what, how they judge me. I was really worried about that stuff. Now it's like, I want to soak up this time with my kids because it does put your own mortality into perspective. And it is like, our kids are going to be older and out of the house, one day. And it's like, then what? You
then
think life's lonely
bored
now, and this is like the time, like you said, to make those memories and make those special things. So we got to soak it up more.
Our house is always chaos. There's always, like when we're recording, I'm hearing footsteps running back and forth, and then you hear the door shut, and then somebody comes back in, and then you hear somebody yelling. And sometimes I do get annoyed with it. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes if I'm being moody, but I do love it. There's always stuff going on. And I was asking Jeff's dad, I was like, are you going to come here for Christmas and with us? And he was like, yeah, I think I am. He goes, because of the kids. It's fun seeing them open gifts. But I'm like, how many more of those moments? Like last year, Leighton was obsessed with Elf on the Shelf. And I'm like, is he going to be obsessed with Elf on the Shelf this year? Like he was last year.
Yeah, how many more years we have of that?
But I don't know. I've just been thinking about that stuff.
Getting in your feelings?
I am. And actually, is it time to take a break?
No.
Because this could lead into other things, but we can take a break. I haven't shared with y'all. I did say that I went to see this lady, and her name is Jamie. She's amazing. This is not an ad, by the way. Denise, who works with Jeff, referred me to her. And she is so lovely. And I just was not feeling like myself.
Jamie McNeny?
Yes.
Well, she runs ads on her show. That's how I know.
Yeah.
That's how I know that name, because I have to read her name.
I gave her the biggest hug my last appointment. And she's reasonable. She's not like crazy. She doesn't push you to buy things. And
she's like a holistic type doctor, right? Yeah.
And I went to her just about like hormones. I wasn't sleeping, waking up like sweaty. Just, typical stuff. I thought I was perimenopausal. I don't think I am, but just hormones all over the place and just not feeling like myself. And I haven't really felt like myself in a while. Like it's been years. And I gave her the biggest hug at my last appointment. And I was like, thank you. And I don't post about it, but, she put me on a meal plan, told me what to do like after I eat, and then like with fasting. She put me on all these more like vitamins, getting my hormones checked, cortisol, all of that. And I have dropped 16 pounds since seeing her. And I'm still, obviously not where I want to be. But I told her, I was like, you have made me feel more normal than I have in like years and feeling like myself again. And I love her now. Now she's like,
Well, it's not that she's magical. It's just you got to find someone that works for you.
Yes.
And you've been through this process multiple times and you just haven't found the right person.
but she sits
and now
with
you're
you.
happy with this person.
And again, this is not an ad.
Right.
She sits with you. She doesn't make you feel uncomfortable. I just tell her everything. And so I text Denise, his coworker, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love her. And thank you for referring her. I haven't drank alcohol though in 2 months either. Tonight I'm not even going to lie. We're doing our live tonight. And I was like, Jeff, I want an ice cold margarita, but I have to be all in or all out. And that's just how I am.
Yeah.
Or
that's how
if I
too.
am not all in, I will fail. But and also I left out my gut health. She was like, you need to get your gut health in check. So and then like the AG1 on top of that, I don't know, just like everything, I feel like myself.
Well, that's good.
And it's, I don't know, it's just a good feeling. So that's all I had to say.
It has nothing to do with the kids going back to school.
Well, this summer, no, it was a lot. You don't understand because you're a guy, but when your hormones are all over the place, you don't even know. You can be happy one day. You can be crying one day. You can hate everybody another day. You know.
Yeah, I'm not a woman and I feel like that every day. Wake up, it's going to be a good day. I brush my teeth. I go downstairs, stub my toe. I'm pissed. Someone cuts me off. I want to strangle that guy. I look at Instagram. I want to kill everybody. And then I come here and I'm happy again.
Oh,
So
all
yeah,
right.
I go through the whole gamut. All right, let's take a break. I'm just kidding. All right, welcome back. So yeah, well, I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're.
Yeah. So shout out to Jamie. I wasn't going to share her name because I didn't want anybody
I only
booking.
said that because I'm used to reading her ads. That's how I remembered her
I know,
name.
but I didn't want anybody booking because I was like, she's already like booking up. And if I tell people, then it's going to be hard for me to get with her. So I was going to wait until I finish. But I have an end goal and we're doing slow and steady wins the race.
Well, I'm sure she'll appreciate the shout out.
Yeah.
Anyway, switching gears. I kind of want to go back to this story. Speaking of like, I was talking about work earlier because that's the only thing I do is like work and come home and that's it. But we were talking about this story because we don't have TikTok. Me and you aren't on TikTok.
No.
And I don't know if our listeners are on TikTok either. I doubt it because it's more of a younger kids thing. I feel like our audience is a little bit older. But if you are on TikTok, you probably heard this story. But I don't know if you heard this story.
Okay.
So there's these two girls, right? They're traveling. This is a true story.
Okay.
There's these two girls that were traveling, right? And they were in Rome. And they go, we want to go to Nice.
That's France, right?
Right.
I can't believe I know that.
Well, I'm glad you do know that. So,
You know why I think I do? Because I was like, oh, nice.
right. It's spelled the same.
Yeah.
It's spelled the same. So like, we want to go to Nice. And they printed out a ticket for them, right? I don't know if they were drinking. I don't know the whole story, what happened. But I guess they gained like millions of followers. And this is super viral on TikTok. I didn't hear of it. I just thought it was hilarious. And then we got into different conversations.
Okay.
So I bet Riley's listening right now, our producer. And she's like, I definitely heard this story. So they were traveling, right? So they get their tickets. They get on the plane, right? And they're like, and they look, and I guess how they found out, they're on the plane and they're like, where are we going? And they're like, we're going to Nice. And it says Tunisia, like on the back. It was like Tunisian Air. And I don't know if they were drinking or what. You know, they just got their tickets and got on the plane. And there's a place in Africa called Tunis. So they asked for tickets to Nice, and the agent thought they wanted Tunis, the capital of Tunisia in Africa.
Oh.
So they flew to Africa. They were
So
on
they
the pla-
landed in Africa?
Yeah, they were in Africa. You know, it's like the very northern part of
That is
Africa on the water.
hilarious.
And I looked it up, and it actually looks amazing. It's like on the shore. It's not far from Italy. It wasn't super far, but it's like right, south of there. So they went to Tunis, and I guess just because it was a funny story, but they didn't realize till their airplane said Tunisian Air.
They didn't even look at like the
I
ticket?
don't
Maybe
know.
they
It
were
must have been like drinking. I'm like,
and young.
that's an amazing story. Because you imagine like just you and your friends, you're in Rome and you're like, oh, we're just going to hop a plane to Nice.
I bet they're, yeah, I'm assuming they're like in their 20s.
Yeah, I think they're young.
And no kids. That's the best.
Yeah,
You
and
have no responsibility.
Or maybe, I don't know if they did it on, I didn't watch the videos. I don't follow them at all. My coworkers were just telling me that story. I'm like, that's hilarious. Like, what a great experience. You know what I mean? Just to like be hopping around and then you make that mistake. Like you'll never, and then I guess they spent some time in Tunisia and then eventually flew back to France. But wasn't that a great story? I was like, that's so amazing. Like to be young and just like get lost in the world.
Yes.
You know, I'm glad everything's fine, but what a way to see the world than to get lost.
I know. I was just about to say, wait, how did they get on the plane? But then you explained it because they said to Nice and
right. But I mean, when you're boarding though, aren't you like, all right, what gate are we at?
Oh no,
this
they
is
probably weren't.
Tunisia. You're like,
that's
you know what I mean?
totally something I would have
I'm probably
done.
missing a million details out of this story because we were talking about it. I didn't look at the story. I'm probably, you got to be drunk or whatever, not care, or you're just hopping around Europe. But how do you not go to your gate and you're like, oh, this is Chicago Midway. We got to go to Chicago O'Hare. You know what I mean? Like, you don't you read the sign?
Hopefully, Jeff and I make it to Rome and don't end up.
Oddly enough, they were in
else.
Rome when they did that. They were flying out of Rome.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Maybe we could accidentally make a mistake and end up in some paradise somewhere.
And fall off the ship?
No.
We don't want that story.
No.
But wasn't that funny?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. That, for some people that's scary. But for me, I'm like, that's amazing. Just get lost and find somewhere where you've never been.
I know. And then to be in my 20s.
I know.
Again.
I missed it.
But that's like what you used to do.
I know. I
You
miss
used to
it.
just get with Nick, didn't you? You and Nick would just backpack around Europe.
Yeah,
because you and I have talked about this. You said you would just meet people and just hang out and like have drinks or go wherever. And we've talked about this. Like, I just feel like I don't know what my 20-year-old self would have done. I probably would have been like, yeah, let's hang out. Jeff and I brought a camcorder to Australia with us.
Do you know, I just saw, because I was looking for something the other day and I saw that camcorder and I was like, oh my God, our Australian trip's on there. Because we tried to document the whole thing and made it like halfway.
This is before like vlogging.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTube, I mean, it might have been around. I don't know.
It might have been, yeah.
But I don't remember.
I just wanted it for us, so I got like a little camcorder.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how long ago it was. It was before your phones could record all that stuff.
And Jeff and I got drunk in a bar with all the locals in Australia. And we watched it years later and we're like, what is on this? Because we didn't remember. It was like we filmed it and then we totally forgot what was on it because we got drunk.
Because I did Around the World for free before that. So it was after that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right when you moved to LA because that's when I brought you to Ellen show. We won those tickets and then we went. Right. And so when I was on Around the World for free, the show that I did, the best part of traveling is like you go off the beaten path, right? I've said this before. And you find where the locals go. That's how you get the true essence of like what that town or country or culture is like. Not the touristy spots where you're in Australia and you go to Jimmy Buffett's bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not traveling. That's just trying to stay comfortable. That's cool if you do that. But for me, I learned the best way to learn that culture is to be with the locals. So then when we went to Australia, I'm like, we got to get away from like Sydney Harbor and all that.
We still went. Yeah,
of course. You got to go check it out.
We have a photo right there.
Yeah, you got to go check it out. But then we're like, I'm like, we got to get off the beaten path. It is a little scary because sometimes locals don't want tourists in their thing. But we got lucky and the tourists or the locals were like, oh my God, nobody ever comes in here that are tourists. Come on in. Mm-hmm. And we were filming. Didn't we do like karaoke and stuff too? I don't know what's on that tape. I don't remember rewatching it.
But we did because Louis was at our house.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, Louis came over and I didn't even know how to watch it. Because I was like, what do we watch this on? I just remember the bar having like Christmas lights and us doing like karaoke and some guy jumping up and down with us being like, yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. They were going crazy. They loved it. And I had this little camcorder.
And we kept asking, is it okay if we record you? Like we were
Well, it was like I said, it was before. Yeah, I know. We thought we were cool. It was before now everybody has a camera and films everything.
Yeah.
It was like right before that time. But I totally forgot about that. And I saw that camcorder in the drawer and I'm like, oh man, our Australia trip's on there.
I know.
I got to look at that.
We need to make, as the boys get older, another thing I was showing Lawson on my phone. It was Christmas in Switzerland. And it's amazing.
Oh, I know. Those pictures?
Yeah, I go, Lawson, look at this. He goes, can we go there one day?
It's like in the valley like that? Yeah.
And I go, when you get a little bit older, probably like when they're 18.
You know what's like that? The place I went to in Switzerland that's like all a valley is Interlaken. It's called Interlaken, Switzerland. And you do like, it's called canyoning. So that's when I was with Nick. And you just, it's a natural water slide in the mountains. So like you slide down, but you're on the rocks and they're super slippery. And you have a guide and he's like, jump here, or you rappel and then go through slides. And that's all like an interlock. And you do all this crazy stuff. And then we stayed in these tents instead of hostels. It was a hostel, but it's like us and 6 other people. And you have your own locker and a bed. And then like you're in a tent. And that's where we stayed in Interlaken. And while we were showering, there's like a shower place, for guys and girls. And I was showering and I heard like, I heard like music. And you could hear like through the valley, AC/DC was playing live there.
The real AC/DC?
The real AC/DC was
Wow.
playing live there. And you could hear it from our tents. So like while we're getting ready, AC/DC was playing. And I was like so sick. I was like, oh man, this is going to be amazing.
How
we
old
just
were
started
you?
cracking beers.
24?
Yeah, like 23, 22.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Where was your favorite place out of everything? Because I don't know if you've shared, you did another show with Alex and Burton and you went to Africa.
Yeah. We went to Ethiopia and then Zambia. So I went to Ethiopia to film the show. I think I don't even know these stories anymore, if I've told them on here or not. But we went to Ethiopia to film and we were in Addis Ababa. And we highlighted this one lady because Addis Ababa, I forgot the number. There's like 100, I want to say 250,000, but there's over 100,000 definitely prostitutes in Addis Ababa alone, just the city.
Oh, wow.
And it's super cheap. That's like their only option is like to sell their body. It's very sad, right? But we found this one woman who takes these women off the street and she could only do like 80 of them at a time at like a go. And she teaches them culinary skills, sewing skills, all different types of skills to get themselves on their feet rather than sell their body. So we highlighted this woman and we talked about, and I met all the girls that were now doing their own crafts and things like that. Finding what's the word I'm looking for? Like
they were making scarves.
Yeah, I have the scarf upstairs though.
So
yeah, they have scarves.
Jeff brought me home one and I use it as a bathing suit wrap. Still, in Layton, this summer I wore it. I normally wear it like every 4th of July because it's blue and white. And Layton loves it because it's super soft. And he loves like wrapping it around
yeah, it's
his
super
head.
soft. And then when you buy them, they come with a little note pinned to it because they made this, right, from hand. And it says their name and like thank you and stuff on there. So that Christmas, actually, I bought all my family those scarves for like a present.
Yeah.
And yeah, then after that, me and Burton flew down to Zambia.
So explain Burton, and people who are big Survivor fans know who Burton is.
Yeah, Burton Roberts. He was the Marlboro Man looking guy on Survivor. Very handsome man.
Every single one of our gay friends in LA love Burton. Anybody that came across Burton, if we were out, they would always ask where Burton was.
Google Burton Roberts. He's a handsome man.
He's very good looking.
Handsome man. But he was actually a producer. Him and my buddy Alex Boylan created Around the World for Free together. And Lisa Hennessy. No, Lisa Hennessy wasn't on that. Lisa Hennessy's their partner now.
She worked on Survivor too. She was a producer on Survivor.
Yeah, she's a big producer. She worked on The Biggest Loser. But they're all in partnership now. Around the World for Free, I think it was Burton and Alex and Jolt.
Yeah.
But anyways, so me and Burton went down and stayed like in tents. So we went on like a safari because we're already there. I'm like, dude, we got to do it all. And then I went like bungee jumping. I told this story like when we were going to do a tandem jump over the Zambezi
I think you
River.
did on here,
Yeah,
right?
I told that.
And it
And the broke like
not when you
a
were
couple
guys.
weeks after. I was at home watching CNN. I'm like, that thing broke over the Zambezi River. And I'm like, Burton, I like call him like, dude, if we went together, that thing would have snapped.
And they wouldn't let you guys go together
because we were
the weight.
overweight. Yeah.
And
but we went down there and did like a safari and stayed in huts. It was so awesome, man.
And Burton is wild. So if Jeff said no to Burton.
Yeah, I go, Burton, I'm really scared of heights. And we weren't filming this at all. And I'm like, Burton, I'm really scared of heights. I don't want to do this. He goes, come on, pussy. You're not going to jump. We're in Africa. And I was like, all right, dude, I'll do a jump, but that's it. You know,
but there's crocodiles
yeah.
in that water.
Oh, yeah. There's
pass.
hippos. Like we went fishing on the Zambezi and I caught these tiger fish, like with giant teeth. And we were fishing and the guide's like, hey, we got to go. I was like, why, dude? I just caught a fish. And he's like, see those hippos over there? They'll kill you if you get close to them. Like, because one like popped its head out. And I guess they're super aggressive. They're like the number one cause of deaths out of animals are hippos. They're real territorial.
I would have never believed that.
I know.
I'm like,
yeah, they're super territorial. We're in this like little wooden boat. But Burton signed me up so I'm like, all right, I'll bungee jump. I hate it. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it once in my life. And if I'm going to do it over, one of the 6 wonders of the world, what is it? 7 wonders of the world?
7 wonders.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the falls, Victoria Falls. That's what I was trying to think of. So yeah, so you're not jumping over the falls, but you're right where the Zambezi is, right by the falls. So you see the falls and stuff. But anyways, he goes and of course signs me up for all 3 things. You have to do a pendulum swing, you have to zip line, and then you have to bungee jump. So I had to jump twice off that stupid bridge. I was like shitting my pants, but I did it. I'm glad I did it, but I'll never do it again. Bungee jumping's worse than skydiving to me. I don't like it at all. I don't see the fun in it. I don't know how you have fun. I was just terrified the whole time. Skydiving, at least it's such a rush and you can't really see where you're going to die. You're so high up. With bungee jump, you're like, oh, there's a rock right there where I'm going to crack my head open when this thing breaks. You know what I mean? You don't really get a visual when you're skydiving. And then when the chute opens, it's like euphoric because you're like, oh, I'm fine. And then you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. And I was buzzed for like 8 hours. Like I haven't done hard drugs, but I don't know the feeling.
You were Charlie Sheen.
Shit. I was far from it, but he's got great stories.
High.
But that high was like, that's like a natural, your adrenaline's like pouring through your veins.
I remember on Amazing Race, me and Katie Upton, she was
Did we take a break?
Did we?
I don't think we did.
Okay, you want to take a break?
They'll just insert one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Me and Katie Upton, she was on the same season as us. She was Miss Teen USA, I believe, the South Carolina. Beautiful. She's so
Everybody
cute.
knows that
I
story.
know. I'm just saying.
You're not poking fun, but yeah.
No, not at all. Because I don't like if people make fun of me. And her and I had a bungee jump together. But when it's not your partner, like you, I would say if it was you and I together, I'd be like, hang on, Jeff, I need a moment. I need to breathe. I need to think about this. And then when you're up there, it's kind of like quiet. And I believe it was Germany, where we did this. And it was very quiet up there. And then I was like, hang on, Katie, I need a minute. But we had to hold each other.
It was in Germany, yeah.
Yeah, we were facing each other and we had to hold each other. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I just have to do this because we had to get ahead of the other teams, Yeah. And so her and I did it. But when we went down and it pulls you back up, it kind of hurt because her and I kind of slapped each other a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, it hurt my chest a little bit. But after that, I was like, okay, I can say I bungee jumped and I will never have to do that again.
In Germany, yeah.
Yeah. And
so people are like, did you skydive? I'm like, yep. In London. Like, you bungee jump? I'm like, yep. In Africa. And that's it. I'm done. But I would, like, Alex, so my buddy who does that, like jumps up in the air and like he does like crazy stuff. He loves it. He's like an adrenaline junkie. And when I tried to jump, the guy's like 3, 2, 1. I felt him push, and I tried to jump, and my legs were like, and my legs just went noodles. And I was videoed. I do have that bungee jump on tape, so that's somewhere. But we just got it filmed from the guys there. It wasn't for a show or anything. But yeah, my body like goes no, like I can't move when I'm
My
up high.
knee will just start shaking.
Oh, it's
when
crazy. I don't know what it
like
is.
that.
I hate heights. I hate it.
I think the place that out of everywhere we've been, the wildest place that I've ever been to was Thailand.
What do you mean wild? What, like what?
The just holding up a sign, like just holding up a sign. You could just pick a girl off the street.
Oh, yeah. Like
Meaning
wild like that.
They
Oh, yeah.
showed you. Can you share that or no?
There's a
Can you share this? Jeff's never shared this.
so I don't know how to explain it. Girls, I gotta tell you about it, but girls do crazy things with their vaginas. They do.
Not me. He's talking about over there.
There is a show. So when I was doing Around the World for free, we didn't show this. I've never told this
You
story.
wouldn't been allowed to share it.
Of course, yeah.
But you have to
definitely
share
can't
it.
bring cameras in there. But I don't even want to. Well, I guess I could share this. Jolt, my camera guy, hooked up with this girl, Peep. I mean, it's been so many years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
who
like Jolt's
cares?
gonna say this. Ended up having a kid with her on season 1 of Around the World for free. So when we went back to Thailand, Peep was living in Thailand, or she was from Cambodia, living in Thailand. I mean, long story short. So I had no money, obviously, right? Because it's Around the World for free. So we meet up with Peep in Thailand, and we're done filming for the day. And Peep's like, hey, did you ever go see like the ping pong show and stuff? And I was like,
And I met Peep, and she was lovely. She was wild. She
Wild.
took us. It was so wild. Took us to a club. People are on tuk-tuks, and we were going like, I'm not even joking, probably 80 miles an hour around people in tuk-tuks. I was the whole time at the edge of my seat, but I was like, okay, we're in another country. This is what they're used to. Okay, and the whole time I was scared. But keep going.
right. So did you go see the ping pong show?
I did
bring you-
not see the ping pong show.
I forgot if we
Jeff
went back.
told me later on what he did.
You don't need to see it twice. You don't need to see it twice. But listen, don't get offended out there. It's fucking America. This is their culture over there. It's disgusting. There's like women, if you go, I think it's Pat Pong, like actually the name of that area. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, they're just women with like numbers up there, and you just say 22, and you know they're prostitutes. You know, so it's very sad. They're very young. You go through that area just to see it, kind of like the red light district in
You just see
Amsterdam.
white guys with
It
these
is.
young
It's
girls.
so creepy.
And at the
And the
airport,
white dudes like straight up have the black socks pulled up to their knees with
the
sandals.
nerdiest guys
Yeah, like
with
legit,
these girls. And if you
legit.
go to the airport, that's all you see.
So when you think we have problems here, like travel a little bit and see like other people's cultures and what they have to do for money, and see the poverty around. I'm just telling you, I'm not getting into America's problems and other people's problems. But so you go in this thing, right? So Peeps like, you got to see this, right? So it's a bar, and downstairs is the bar with all the girls are dancing on a bar with the numbers. So upstairs is where the show is.
Where that, yeah.
So it's not, I mean, it's not like it's a private, not like here, you know, the mafia is there. You just walk upstairs and there's a menu. It shows, and it's like, what do you want this girl to do with her vagina? So they could, if it's a birthday, they could blow out birthday candles. They take a ping pong and shoot it. They have darts that they shoot out and pop balloons. It's honestly pretty amazing. It's pretty impressive. But it's crazy. So you go up there, and I mean, ping pong balls are flying all over the place, and you know where they were. You know what I mean? So you don't want to like pick it up. It's not like beer pong at a bar.
If somebody's
it's just crazy.
If
It's
somebody's
crazy.
vagina was near my birthday cake and they blew it out, I would not even eat my birthday cake. That
I hope
just
people aren't
sounds-
offended out there. It's just what happened. I'm just telling you what
went
happens
with-
over there.
She's from there, and you went with them. So who
and
cares?
Joel's like, you got to go see this. And I don't know if I'm happy or sad I saw it, but I saw it, and it's fucking crazy. That's what it is. It's
What
crazy.
fascinates me is somebody sticking a dart in their vagina and hitting a bullseye.
So
How
they-
is that possible?
They,
You
oh
had
my
you
God.
hold
They
a-
put like a little thimble on there, and then the darts on there, and then they made me hold a balloon.
I wasn't going to share that because I didn't
wasn't
know
either.
if you wanted
They did
me
make
to.
me hold a balloon, and the accuracy is astonishing. Boom, right in the middle. But what if that dart hits like
That's
your
what
skin?
I was gonna say.
You got to go get a tetanus shot. So we did that. We stayed up there and
Did
had
you
a beer.
sanitize after? I would have sanitized my whole
We
body.
stayed up there for 10 minutes. Like we had a beer and I was like, oh my God. And Peep's like, is this crazy or what? Because Peep's from Cambodia and we went to like killing fields in Cambodia. I mean, they got their whole story over there. I mean, which is crazy with, what the hell's his name? What's that guy's name? With the Red Army. What can't I think of his name?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't think of his name. That general over there. He was insane. But I mean, talk about poverty. Cambodia, oh my God, it's riddled with poverty. That's going to drive me crazy. I can't think of that guy's name now.
Wasn't Angkor Wat over there?
Yeah, Angkor Wat's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a wonder of the world too.
And they had elephants. I was scared of the monkeys. I thought
Pol Pot, that's his name. Pol Pot.
I was scared of
I didn't even learn who Pol Pot was in high school and like college and stuff. I didn't know who that guy was. And I went there and I heard of this devastation. You want to hear disgusting stories? What that guy did is horrendous. You don't even hear his name.
Was that
around the world.
museum?
Yeah.
We went to?
Yeah.
Oh, that was really sad.
With the photos of what they did with the babies and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even hear about that. You don't hear, I don't know why that guy is not stamped in history, and the killing fields and the bones are still there stacked up, and like it's horrendous. But it's part of traveling. It's part of other people's culture. It's part of their history. America obviously doesn't have the best history, but if you go around the world and see some of these things, you're like, thank God I live here. And that's why, I guess we could wrap it up after this. That's why when I see us going against each other here in America, and when we have it so good here, even though people think it's so bad, go live over there. Go live some of their history. I understand ours isn't the best, but it's way worse around the world. Way worse. And we're lucky to live here. That's my experience through travel, And
from Jeff doing Around the World for Free, when we were there in Thailand, we met up with somebody that let you stay at their house, and I stayed in contact with them. What was it? Supan.
Oh, yeah, Supan.
And we sat at the bar and had beers with Supan.
No, you did not have beers because
Yes,
he doesn't
we did.
drink. He drank a water. You had a beer.
Beers.
Supan drinks watermelon blended up.
He was so sweet.
He loves those
but we
watermelon
were sitting
drinks.
at the bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll hang out all night.
And he was the nicest guy.
But every time I see a frozen watermelon drink, I think it's Supan.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
But like we were friends on Facebook.
Yeah, I love that guy. Oh, man. I want to find Supan.
Do it.
See, I need to go down
the
rabbit hole a little bit.
I feel like...
And get back some of these stories and friendships and...
You need to find a traveling show to work on.
Yeah.
Instead of being stuck in a building, that's what you need to be doing is mingling.
Stuck in a building with people telling me what I can't do instead of experiencing the world, and the world is whatever you can do.
Yeah.
I need more of that attitude. You're right.
Yeah, you do.
I know.
And I think you'd be a lot happier. Okay, read a quote.
Wow, that was a fun little trip down memory lane. I had no idea we were going to go there. Okay, if you want to be successful, it's just this simple. Know what you are doing, love what you are doing, and believe in what you are doing.
Yeah.
You and Will Rogers got some good advice.
I always have good advice. I'm Jeff's little agent over here.
Right.
Okay, we have 2 guests scheduled coming up so far, so be on the lookout for that in the next coming weeks. And then what else?
That's it.
And then we're going to try to continue to do some lives, but we need to talk with our Yay team first. So we'll figure all that out later. Thanks for sticking around. Have a good night. Bye.